ubiquitous computing enable us to understand and decipher the biosphere anthropogenic dimension, what we have called the urban sphere. This machinic perspective unveils a new post-anthropocentric reality, where the impact of artificial systems on the natural biosphere is indeed global, but their agency is no longer entirely human. Explore a protocol to design the urban sphere, or what we may call the urbanization of the non-human, that we titled Deep Green. With the development of Deep Green, our team is testing the potential to bring at the core of architectural and urban design the interdependence of biological and digital intelligence. This is achieved by developing a new computational design workflow that enables pairing what is algorithmically drawn with what is biologically grown. In other words, and in more detail, we will illustrate how GAN, Generative Adversarial Network algorithm, can be paired and trained to behave like a Physarum polycephalum, a unicellular organism endowed with surprising computational ability and self-organizing behavior that have made it popular among scientists and engineers alike. The trained GAN Physarion is deployed as an urban design technique to test the potential of polycephalum intelligence in solving problems of urban remetabolization and in computing scenarios of urban morphogenesis within a non-human conceptual framework.
So what you've seen up until now, it's a little journey through the protocol that powers the GAN Physarum, and effectively here we have represented it into a virtual room where each layer of this data stack is effectively represented in 3 dimensions. So we are not only essentially experiencing the data through the eyes of the GAN Physarum, of the artificial intelligence itself, but also we are able to immerse ourselves into this datascape. Therefore, using our cognitive abilities at pattern recognition and at correlating different processes taking place in the city. And especially in the case of Guatemala City, you are seeing now in the kind of friction that is occurring between urban infrastructures, especially waste infrastructure, with the water networks and the ground, the biotic layer underpinning the city itself.
The virtual room that you see here is currently available as part of the UNDP Innovation Day, and you could visit and start to interact with the data, in this case data of Guatemala City, in real time. Cycle-GAN algorithms belong to the class of machine learning framework. They involve an automatic, unsupervised training of image-to-image translation models without paired example. In this case, the domain of sources image and target image refers to the slices of 2 actual input images that belong into 2 different domains, the urban and the biological. Cycle-GAN algorithms are deployed as level 4 of the overall Deep Green workflow, and the process can be further divided in 4 phases for clear illustration. The first phase describes the preparation of the images that are going to be used as input in the training. The second phase is the training of the algorithm based on this input dataset. The model is trained to detect the urban morphology of case study city and the biological growth pattern of Fusarium polycephalum. During the training, typically runs 200 epochs, over which it self-improves. At this stage, the models are sufficient for generating plausible slices in the target domain, but are not translation of the input slice. This occurred in the third phase, the testing phase, during which the algorithm translates the biocomputational pattern onto the case study city. In the fourth phase, all result tiles are combined and the final output image is recreated. This produces a true color satellite vision of the urban morphology testing scenario for the integration of biotic and abiotic system within the urban landscape. From the testing conducted so far, it emerged that higher resolution in the generation of analytical dataset on the case study city result in more realistic scenario modeling.
So here we almost reached the end of our journey, and as you could see in the sequence behind us, the GAN Fusarium has been deployed to essentially simulate a kind of a satellite scenario of Guatemala City and the regreening of the city, the restitching of the city biological infrastructure. And this, of course, as Claudia was describing, emerges through the recognition of patterns in the input data, the computational dataset, and the satellite monitoring, which is also in itself continuously updated. So I think we are almost at the end of our journey, and Claudia will now conclude before we end.
So, in this sense, it is known that contemporary cities share unique emergent behavior and self-organizing pattern with organisms like Fusarium polycephalum. Therefore, the deep green method has the potential to evolve into an effective urban planning model. At its core lies the potential to capture the proven intelligence of Fusarium polycephalum, emergent, distributed, and embodied, to design cities capable of searching for the opportunity of evolution within the expanded urban landscape, able to find untapped resources while minimizing the expenditure of energy required to accomplish this fundamental survival task. Deep Green is a city built by humans, for both human and non-human citizens, implying by a new form of inhuman intelligence. Thank you.
If there are limitations in working with cities that don't have many data sources, and I was commenting on the fact that we have the collaboration with the European Space Agency and we work with their satellite Sentinella-5 data.
That's why we tried also the Guatemala City as a case study, because obviously compared to maybe say more technologically advanced cities, there is relatively little, but the interesting element is that through satellite monitoring and the NASA digital elevation model, and also the OpenStreetMap and other GIS sources, we can put together a quite comprehensive map of pretty much any city.
Super. I'm amazed. Really, thank you for showing this tool. And